Alrighty, we're about to get underway here. Pretty much the same lineup for Hanwha as they had on Sunday, the Sunday's game. So mainly the same thing. Wang Youngbuk again, still out of the second base. An Chi Hong is DHing today, so he is again DHing. Chest pain is what I believe. Hey, what is going on, sir? So Moon Dong-ju on the mound. His one game this year, pitched fantastic. Through 61 pitches through 5 innings, was pulled out. It's cloudy. I thought it was gonna rain earlier. But yeah, I mean, as I was riding Hanoi 8-3, I don't know, man. A lefty's on the mound. That's difficult. They have a hard time hitting because everybody thinks they're power hitters apparently. But we'll see what happens today. Jun Janu will lead things off for Lotte. Has been planted at the top of the lineup, helping Lotte get out. No, well, this last weekend it was cold, but I don't think that's it. As that misses, and we're underway. The documentary already was a couple weeks ago. Was last Tuesday, so just over a week ago. As that's going to be a ground ball. Shimu Jun catches it off the ground, throws over to first, but I think he might have lined that out. As one away here in the first. So if you're not in Korea, you can't watch it, but they will have a YouTube highlight video, I guess. I thought it would have been out Tuesday, but because it's usually a week after, but it wasn't out yet. So maybe next Tuesday, as that's in there for a ball. So Sono Young, 194 on the season. He had a breakout season last year, and he hasn't done anything this year. As he's swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. And there's going to be a single into center field. And just like that, Lotte's got themselves a base runner and a hit and the perfect game and the no-hitter are over. I mean, so they filmed for 2 days and the documentary was only 30 minutes. So I mean, I feel like there was so much more. Like they didn't bother to show the fact that I hit the farthest home run. I hit 157 meters out of the stadium. TV documentary, but there'll be a highlight video on YouTube maybe next week, as that's going to be into the right corner and Sono Young around second. He'll be coming around third. Is he going to come home? He is not going to come home, and they're going to have runners on second and third with just one out. Awesome. Yup. Puts that right in just inside the line, right on the edge of the dirt and grass. Rolls over into the corner, but stops. Gonna bring up Reyes. Not having a good season so far, and looks at ball one upstairs, and it's 1-0. Yeah, they didn't even show Nick batting. They didn't even show the fact that I hit it. I I hit 640, as that's going to be a ground ball. Chan Song bobbles it, and that is allowing a run to score. He'll step on the bag. He'll get one out, but that definitely should have been a throw home to get the runner. But the bobble by the first baseman allows the run to come home easy. And I believe Na Sung Yup probably went over to third. He did, as he was off on contact. Reyes will get the RBI and a run scored for Sono Young, and just like that, Lotte is up 1-0 on Hanwha. All right, here comes Jung Hoon. 214 on the season, and that's going to be first pitch chopped foul, and it's maybe second pitch, I guess, somewhere. I missed a pitch somewhere, but it's 0-2, I guess. Yeah, you weren't hardly in it at all. Didn't even show us having ourselves a cocktail. That's in the dirt. It's 1-2 now. Mundong Ju said did 12 pitches. They've been swinging early, trying not to fall behind to Mundong Ju. Yeah, the 1-2 is that slapped foul into the netting, and it stays 1-2. Now, all that oyster eating for absolutely nothing. Maybe they'll put it in the highlight video. I don't know. All right, the 1-2 pitch way bounces. Che Hoon is able to snag it as that was about, or sorry, EJ Wan, not Che Hoon. EJ Wan was able to snag that as that was a good 55 footer. All right, 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, runner on third base. He sticks the bat out. It's going to be a chopper back to Mundong Ju, tosses it underhand, and that will end the top of the first, but not before Lotte gets one on a single, double, and a RBI ground out. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No, Wang Yangmook leading things off again. Uh-oh. That's weird. Why are these chats not popping up? There we go. Let's try that. Little. That's my attempt to type English, but my keyboard is in Korean. All right. There we go. Now we're good. It is not the second inning. It is the first. I just hit the wrong button. All right. There we go. Now we should be good with the chat. So Kim Jae-hook out on the mound. Mainly he's a strike guy. He's a strike thrower. 65% of the time he throws a strike. 62% of the time last year he threw strikes. He's actually a slider first guy. So not only is he a slider first guy, he also throws his fastball and then a changeup after that. But he worked with Yu Hyun Jin in the off season to perfect his changeup. So we'll see if it's made a difference. I mean, he pitched well in his one game, gave up 2 runs in 6 innings, but had 7 strikeouts. First pitch is in there for a strike to Wang Young-mook, hitting a robust 136 on the season. As that's just catches a piece of the outside, and it's 0-2. So features a slider 46% of the time, 128 kilometers, a fastball 34% of the time, 143, as that's way outside. Because again, it's 0-2 count, lefty pitcher, lefty batter. You have to throw it in the other batter's box. Everybody knows the rules. Okay, change up 12% of the time, 126, and then a curveball about 9% of the time. So here comes the 1-2 pitch to Wang Young-mook. That's a fastball, but slapped foul, and it'll stay 1-2. They could, as that's fouled away and it stays 1-2. And Wang Yang Mook is a guy that makes a lot of contact. He does strike out his times, but he will strike out after a 7 pitch at bat, not usually on a 3 pitch at bat. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Big curveball, but doesn't break down, and it's 2-2. He hasn't been going inside. That's strange. Yu Gang Nam, the catcher, he's given regular signs. He's not using the pitch com. 2-2 pitch. And that was down the middle and fouled away. He's not able to catch up to that fastball. I mean, the fastball is only 143, 144, but he's late on it each time. I think if he tries to go inside, I think he would be successful at striking out Wang Yang Mook. Goes in and slaps that one foul again. 8 pitches now to just to start the first at bat. Something Lotte definitely does not want, as their bullpen is atrocious. And last year they had the worst bullpen in the league, and in order to fix that, they did nothing. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Once again. And he slaps that one foul. Nice stop by the third base umpire. And it's still 2-2. All the other games get played? Yep, it looks like it. I was worried. Rain looked like it was coming right at around 5 to 6 o'clock, but nothing. Couple drops on the motorcycle on the way home, but that's it. And the 2-2 fouled away again. Pitch number 10 of this at bat. And that pitch count is looking good for Hanwha. 10 pitches to the first batter. And here comes the 2-2, and that's going to be a single into left center. And just like that, pitch number 11 is a leadoff single for Wang Yang Mook. That was a massive, massive at bat. Yeah, I mean they had a moment of silence here too, but yeah, they just I they passed the law a couple years ago, I think 2022, talking about if somebody gets hurt at a facility, the team somebody is responsible. So I don't know exactly. I don't want to get into too many details because I don't know. I don't want to say something that is completely wrong, but I did read about there was a 2022 a new law passed that would make somebody responsible, whether it's the teams or the people that manage the facilities. That's in there for sure. Today, as of right now, they are. Their starting pitching has been absolutely ridiculous to start the season. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch to Anchi Hong. And he checks his swing. Did he go? He did not. I don't know if I agree that from my seats a kilometer away from the stadium. And that's why I'm a kilometer away and not down at third base. Good call by the first base umpire. And the 2-1 counts now. And checks over on Wang Yang Mook. And that is got to be one of the worst pickoff moves I've ever seen in my life. A lefty he was already headed back and touching the bag before the ball left the left-hander's hand. And here we go. Misses down and inside, and it's 3-1. He's going to walk the 71 hitter. Not 710, ladies and gentlemen, just 71. He got, I think, one hit on the season. One hit on the season. It was a big one. Pinch hit, 2 RBI single. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. Gets the bottom of the zone, and it's a full count. Our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Our first full count of the day. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch, full count. Wang Young Mook over at first. Is he probably going to be on this move? And that's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. Grabs it, can't go to second, goes to first. A productive out as Wang Young Mook was on the move, and that's allowed him to get to second without being able to turn the double play. And 1 out on the 5-3 groundout. Big decision there to send the runner on that 3-2 counts, and it paid off big. Oh, Florial steps up now. Not having a good season, but one of the best players on Hanwha's team as far as offensive guys, hitting 143 on the season. Just a reminder, Hanwha's team is the worst hitting team in the league with a team batting average of, I believe, 169. Ladies and gentlemen, their entire team is hitting below the Mendoza line. As we've got a little bit of time here, is we're maybe a pitch com issue or something. Seems like every single game Hanwha hosts, there's problems with the pitch com. And so again, he wasn't using the pitch. He wasn't using it, but maybe now that a runner's on base, they're going to go to the pitch com. Looks like as Kim Jin-wook has his glove up at his head now. Yu Gong Nam is trying to get his pitch com all set up. Well, maybe that's what it is. They'll only use the pitch com once a runner's on base, I guess. All right, so all right, now we're ready, ladies and gentlemen. After that delay, Florial steps in, hitting 143 on the season, and that's ball one low. Already 18 pitches in this inning after that 11 pitch battle for Wang Young Mook ended in a single. Florial, 4-game hitting streak. And waits on that, fouls it away, and it's 1-1. 4-game hitting streak. He has 4 hits on the season. 1 hit a game. One of them was a big one. Does lead the team in RBIs with 6. 1-1 up high, 2-1. All right, here comes another 2-1 pitch. One from An Ji-hong, and this one fouls it away, and it's 2-2. He is very good at fouling off the ball, a la Nick Williams-esque. against lefties. Florial is hitting 182. And that is not going to be it as he swings and misses, and it's 2 down. It's going to bring up Noshiwan. Big strikeout there. Goes up in the zone like I've been asking teams to do. All right, that's going to bring up a Noshiwan. Noshiwan, 2 home runs to start the season in the first 2 games and has been just deadly quiet since then. Hitting 167 on the season from the right-hander. And the 1-0 pitch, that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop off his checks, picks it up, spins, throws in time. And that'll be it for Hanwha. A leadoff single on a 11-pitch battle leads to absolutely nothing. And we'll go to the second inning. It's 1-0 Lotte. All that battle for absolutely nothing. But he did throw a ton of pitches. 24 pitches in that inning. You know, that means he threw 13 pitches to get the next 3 out, or yeah, 13 pitches to get the next 3 outs. Moondongju, 15 pitches in that first inning. Moondongju does not have a strikeout. I don't know why it's not. All right, Yundong Hee will lead things off for Lotte. 136 on the season for the young center fielder. And first pitch upstairs. 1-0. And just clips the outside, and it's 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch. It's a beauty, but just outside, 2-1. So Moondongju did pitch in last year in 3 games against Lotte. A 3.71 ERA against them was 1-0, as that misses upstairs. 3-1. Oh, in that game, Lotte hit 352, or in those 3 games, Lotte hit 352 against them, scored 7 runs, and only hit 1 home run, as that's going to be lifted to right field. And the first ever shot over the monster, as that is going to make it 2. Enough. Didn't quite get to say the rest of it, but last year his big struggles were with the home run. All right. That's going to bring up Kim Min Sung. Misses outside. 1-1 now. All right, outside. Ball two, 2-1. Ju seems to be struggling a little bit with control here. He had issues last year. Oh, that's crushed. It's just at the warning track, and that will be a long fly ball out. Number one. Yoon Hee going oppo over the new field monster. I don't know what they're calling it. They said something about the green monster, but I don't know. Reyes apparently called that as here comes the first pitch to Yugong Nam, and that's in there for a strike. I believe it's an 8-meter high wall over in right field, and that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Yugong Nam, 273 so far on the season. Missed most of last year with an injury, ended up ending his season. So they definitely need him back. Not only do they need him back, they need him back playing well. As right-handed batter, right-handed hitter, 0-2 counts, ball one in the other batter's box. I feel like I say this 10 times a game. It's just so obvious. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's ball two. Threw the slider, tried to get him to chase, but did not. And now the 2-2 pitch. 2-0 now as Yugong Nam calls time. Has to readjust his batting gloves and everything else. In the dirt. 3-2 goes from an 0-2 down to a 3-2, and we've got ourselves another full count, ladies and gentlemen. A second full count of the day. The first for Lotte, though. And this is upstairs. Ball four. Bring up the number 9 hitter, the bottom of the order, Iho Jun. I almost said his name wrong. Not somebody I'm familiar with. And that misses upstairs. And again, struggling with command here in the second inning. He worked quickly through the first inning, 15, only threw 15 pitches, even though he gave up a run on 2 hits. So five batters at 15 pitches seems pretty good. But what's wrong, Wings? Not working how you expected it? And the 1-0 foul or lifts that one up. That is going to be trouble as it drops way in the gap, and Florio picks it up. As that's going to be a triple for the number 9 hitter. He was off to the races as they were pulled so far in that he just hit a little bloop over the left fielder's head, and now it is 3-0. Again, it was not a hard hit ball, but they were playing so far in that it was in the gap and one hop, two hops to the fence, and Florio was able to track it down, but just playing so shallow that he is sliding into third, and there is not even a throw over there. as Yukon Nam is able to come on home. A huge RBI triple puts it 3-0. Undongju is in early trouble. Again, last year the first inning was awful for him, and when I say awful, they hit 400 against him last year in the first inning. It slowly got better as the game went on, but he is showing some early struggles here. Is that's going to be a swing and a miss from Junjunu. Leading off now, or the leadoff batter is up now. He grounded into a 6-3 put out in his first at bat to start the game. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And Iho Jun over on third base. It's ridiculous. Could have had a stand up triple to left center field. That's how fast that dude is. You can see a stand up triple to right center field, but a stand up triple to left center field, you're fast. All right, the 1-1 pitch. And that is going to be lifted. That's right at Kim Tae-yeon. He's going to grab it, but another run is going to score on the sacrifice fly. And it is quickly getting out of hand as it is now 4-0. Ball is flying off of the bats of Lotte today, as that's another one way deep into the outfield. Right. That's Sono Young. He has singled and scored the first run for Lotte. Fouls that one off, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch in the dirt's 1-1. 15 pitches in that first inning for Moondong Ju. Already thrown 22, getting ready to throw pitch number 23 here. Last year, again, it struggles early in each game, kept him from being able to do much, as that one is crushed but foul. Someone attempted to catch it, but not able to. And so last year in the first inning, opponents hit 402 against him. In the second, 234. The third, 353. Is that one is also crushed, but foul as that hits the top of the GS 25. And then 333 in the fourth, 324 in the fifth. So the first half of the game for Moondong Ju was just absolutely awful. Gave up 7 runs in the first inning, or 7 home runs, sorry, in the first inning, as that's in the dirt, and it's 2-2. 25 pitches now for Moondong Ju in this inning, 26 coming up. And here comes the 2-2 pitch in the dirt, and it's 3-2. Another full count, second full count in this inning. A walk in the first one. So far, we've had 3 full counts in this game. That's going to be a ground ball. Chan Sung dives on it and steps it. Throws to Moon Dong-ju covering, but that will be 3 runs in the top of the second for Lotte, and it's quickly 4-0 Lotte. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. Not looking pretty for Hanwha, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy. Wang Young Mook's 11 pitch at bat wasn't even a full count. That is absolutely crazy. 42 pitches so far from Moon Dong Ju, 27 in that inning. All right, Kim Jin-wook have himself a nice little rest there after the big inning. Again, 24 pitches in that first inning. Chae Sung will lead things off for Han. Capitan. All right, here comes the first pitch upstairs, and it's 1-1. Dun, dun, dun. And that's in there for a strike. 1-1 on the beautiful little curveball. No, last year. Okay, so still homerless on the season, as that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop grabs it, throws across, and one away. No, Chan Sung had a lot of struggles last year. That's all there is to say. He struggled last year, especially in the first half. He has not been doing well here in the or the first half of this season. 240, but again, homerless. Uh, so Hanwha again, they had the lowest batting average in the league, and it's not even close. They're hitting below Mendoza for the entire team. Outside of a couple guys, they don't even have anybody hitting 200. I mean, it's ground out, strikeout, ground out, strikeout, ground out. Is that's going to be in there for a strike? They they brought in a new hitting coach to solve the problems, but again, you're bringing in an old guy that's not not really doing what they should be doing in today's game. Lots of old ideas. Nothing. They're not bringing anything new to these teams. Hanwha's had I don't know how many hitting coaches in the last 10 years. It seems like every year they have a new one. As that's going to be a ground ball through the right side. Is Nasung Yup abandon it, and Hanwha's got a hit from one of the only guys that is hitting on the team, and he is the reason why Nick is still a Hanwha fan. Kim Tae-yeon with a one-out single here, and that's going to bring up Lee Jin-young. Lee Jin-young uh, might try to tie it up here with just a runner on base. There it goes, a swing and a miss and a pitch up at his eyes as he tried to hit a grand slam with just one runner on. Eugene Young getting the start in right field since there's a lefty on the mound, I assume, is that's going to be popped up. Reyes coming in under it. And two away. It's going to bring up EJ Wong, I believe, might be the oldest player in the league. He's got to be close. EJ Wong, what year? 88. Oh, no, he's not even close. He's still a young guy. 37 years old. And that's in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Mere 27 or 37 years of age. Hitting 0 on the season. 0. That's in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. hitting 0, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. He's at 8 at bats, 6 at bats. And that's outside. 1-2. Wow. Hernandez got shelled. Ross finally got off the schneid as the 1-2 in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Kim Tae-yeon not going off on that, and it's 2-2. Ross batted twice so far with a home run and a walk. Who's up now? Kong Bae-ko's up for the second time in the bottom of the first. And foul away. It stays 2-2. I was like, who links the LG Twins and the KT? I was like, what? I almost streamed that game. That would have been a long night. All right, the 2-2 pitch. Pops it up. Reyes giving chase. And 3 away. 1 out single, but Hanwha again 0 for the day with runners on base, and we'll go to the bottom or the top of the third. It's 4-0. Lotte. 0 for 2 with runners on base. 0 for 2 with the runners on base. They've had 2 runners on. They've left 2 runners on. Much better inning there for Kim Jin-wook. Only 14 pitches, leaves him at 38 on the day. Not too bad after that. Again, the reason for his pitch count being so elevated is that the first at bat for Wang Young-mook, those 11 pitches in the first at bat, and he gives up a single. So they'll have Na Sung-yup, who had a double in his first at bat. He'll lead things off for Lotte here in the top of the third. That's right. I'm a Giants fan today. Fantastic looking uniform. Really nice. It's very airy. It was like $30. Even got a patch. Gotta love a good deal. All right, top of the third is here. We're coming. Coming. A new pitcher out on the mound, Jo Dong-wook. As that's it for Moon Dong-ju. Wow. That is going to cause a few problems. Final line on Moon Dong-ju. Not good. 2 innings, 42 pitches, 23 for strikes, 4 hits, 1 homer, a walk, and 4 earned runs given up. And our first pitch just catches the inside corner, and it's 1-1. And he hits him. They've had the leadoff batter on base every inning so far. All right, that's going to bring up Reyes. He had an RBI ground out in his first at bats. The first run scored for Lotte way back in the first inning. Reyes now batting from the right side. Again, he's one of the few switch hitters in this league. And the first pitch, and that misses inside. Oop, wrong side. And a chopper, a 5, 4, 3 double play. We'll see if they check on that. As Reyes is saying he's safe. It looked like he beat it out, so I'm not going to lie. 5, 4. Yeah. We'll have a little replay here. Nosung Yup is definitely out over at first base, and Reyes is either out or going to be hanging out on first base. So we'll let you know as soon as we see a little bit better replay. Oh, yeah, he's safe. Oh, that'll go down as a 5-4 put out. Good thing he is 6'7". All right, that's going to bring up a Jung Hoon. He grounded out to the pitcher back in the first inning. He's 0 for 1 on the day, and that's in there for a strike. Someone's yelling in the in English. Nice ball. I wonder if it's a fan or is it like a Ponce or something. It's outside, 1-1. And the 1-1, that's misses just low, 2-1. And the 2-1, a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 now. Jordan Nook has been the guy out of the bullpen, the long reliever. He basically follows Moon Dong Ju. Is Moon Dong Ju is I don't know if he's just not stretched out enough or what the deal is, but nonetheless, the 2-2 pitch outside runs the count full 3-2, third full count of the day for Lotte. A walk and a ground out to the first baseman. Reyes will be running probably on this pitch. And he goes, and that's going to be a lifted into right field. They're going to grab it. Jin Young grabs it, doesn't go back to first. He thought about it, he thought about it, he thought about it, but he didn't do it. And that will be 2 away as Reyes heads back to first base. And 2 outs for Yoon Dong Hee. Yoon Dong Hee led off last inning with a solo shot to make it 2-0 Lotte before they added 2 more later in the inning. Time called by somebody. 174 now for the center fielder after that solo shot, the first ever home run over the monster in right as that just kisses the top of the zone. I wonder if they can go into the bullpen as that just catches the outside again. And it's 0 and 2. Two pitches right out there. Yep, it can go into the. All right, here comes the 0-2. They check over on Reyes over at first. Surprising, Reyes wears the little sliding mitt on his right hand instead of his left. Normally, you'd want it on the left hand just so that you can be the farthest away from any throw. And here comes the pitch. Ooh, 1-2 now. I always wonder why they prefer one hand over the other. I would think that the left hand would be preferred because that's going to be away from most of the throws, as the 1-2 is low and it's 2-2. Because obviously, if you have it in your left hand, a throw from like if you're trying to steal is going to come from your left side, so you'd want to be on the right side of the bag. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. His first strikeout of the day. They get a hit by pitch to lead off the inning, but to go 0 for 3 after. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 Lotte. Lotte. What is Hanwha going to do today? And lefty on the mound, they struggle against lefties. Starter on the mound, they struggle against starters. What are they going to do? Has LG emptied the benches yet? No. 6 runs on 8 runs on 6 hits for KT already. And they've got a runner on third in the bottom of the second with 2 outs already. Looking to tack on more. He is up 2-0 against Samsung. Jaewon already gave up a home run. Who did he give it up to? Wisdom. Wisdom with 4 straight homers, 4 straight games with a homer. I didn't think he was going to be able to hit the off-speed pitches in the KBO very well, but he is proving me wrong with that, as he had a 2-run shot in the bottom of the third, and we should be back. So, bottom of the third now. Shimu Jun will lead things off for Hanwha. And ball one up high. Shimu Jun, 3 stolen bases on the season. Pretty good since he's only has 5 hits. 208 on the season, as that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch there for a strike at the top of the zone, as he just keeps picking off at the top. Righty versus a lefty. Just put it down in the dirt. Pops it up. That's going to be trouble, as that's going to fall into no man's land, and he's going to be on base with a leadoff single. Hanwha, once again, another single. I told you, man. It's a little Texas League single as it drops in between the shortstop running out, the left fielder and center fielder running in. And Wong Young Mook is going to step in and fakes the bunt, but it's in there for a strike. Very important. You're down by 4 runs. You got a runner on first. It's very, very important to bunt him over. All right, the 0-1 pitch. And slaps that one foul, and now it's 0-2. And he is the reason why Kim Jin-wook is not going to be able to go deep into this game with that opening at bats, 11 pitches, and ended up with a single. Hanwha's starter already out of the game after 2 innings. Here we go. The 0-2 pitch sets up way outside and misses. Imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. A left-handed pitcher, a left-handed batter, and an 0-2 pitch, and he sets up in the other batter's box. Crazy. I feel like I've said that again. I feel like I said that before today. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And this is low. 2-2. 0-2, and he's going to lose him. Challenge him with a fastball in. Like these guys, is like, how do I know this? And I am not a professional. I just don't get it. As he steps off the back of the mound, fakes the throw over. Thank you, 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 thank you. Whoever's doing that. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball past the diving shortstop. He's got himself another hit, and Hanwha's got runners on first and seconds with nobody out, ladies and gentlemen, which means it is time for a bunt. Are we going to get a bunt, ladies and gentlemen? Are we going to get a bunt? Down 4 runs, first and second, nobody out. Can we get a bunt? Down 4 runs. Please bunt with down 4 runs. Just please. Down 4. Please bunt. 9-1 KT already. Han Ji-hong will step in. .67 on the season, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for his big breakout. Everybody knows that 67 is the luckiest number in the world. And here it comes. And that's in there for a strike. Han Ji-hong does not run particularly well. An easy double up. I don't want to say easy, but that's runs up and in, and it's 1-1. Well, at least it's somewhat intelligent, and we're not having a my hair is caught in my hat. As that's going to be lifted, center fielder back under it. He's going to catch it on the run, and Shimu Jun is going to go to third. They did not get the runner from first to second, so the double play is still in order. Shimu Jun moves over to third base, and that'll bring up Florial. Florial 0 for 1 today. He does have that one strikeout up there at the top of your screen if you're in the horizontal. If you're in the vertical, well, sorry, you don't get Ks. All right, here comes the first pitch to Florio from the left side with a lefty on the mound. And that's outside 1-0. He struck out on a high fastball in his first at bats. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss. 1-1. Beautiful little slider there. All right, here we go. The 1-1 pitch. Again, Florio does move fast, so he's not a guy that you're going to double up very easily. As the third baseman grabs it, tosses it to second base, throws, but not in time. And Florio will get himself a 5-4 RBI ground out, ladies and gentlemen. Hanwha is on the board in the bottom of the third, but 2 outs and a runner on first now. Like I said, he moves a little fast to be able to double him up, and we'll see. I'm sure he's going to be on the run here. 2 outs. You've got No Shiwan up to bat. No Shiwan 0 for 1 on the day with a 6-3 ground out in his first at bat. 161 on the season. And the first pitch outside 1-0. Home plate umpire is getting visibly frustrated with the Lotte battery. It's like Yugong Nam wants to pick off Florio over at first as he fouls that one back into the Hanwha faithful. Giving a souvenir to those that braved the elements. 네. 네, 이거. 저도 오늘 Giants 이겨요. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Up high, 2-1. Alla Giants 즐거운 세상. Alrighty. The 2-1 pitch to No Shiwan. Sets up on the inside. He fouls that one out of play, and it's 2-2. And I still need to learn all the different team songs and cheers. Maybe that'll be my off season issue, my off season homework. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch to No Shiwan. Floral over on first, and they're gonna pick him off. He picked off again. And once again, Florio picked off on the base pass. That'll end the third for Hanwha as, well, they did get a run on a RBI ground out from Florio, but they start the inning with runners on first and second, 2 straight singles, and the only thing they get is an RBI ground outs, and then, yeah. So Hanwha finally able to get a hit with a runner on base. Kim Jun-wook gets out of that inning quicker than he was expecting. That's got to be the third or fourth time he's been picked off. I broadcasted two pickoffs. I broadcasted two of them. Maybe it's just his second. Maybe I'm just lucky to be able to witness it all. That's ridiculous. All right, we should be just about back. Top of fourth here. All right, so Joe Donuk still out there on the mound, and first pitch is a ball on the outside, 1-0. Kim Min Sung steps in. He forced fly out to left field in his first at bat, and that's upstairs, 2-0. So Joe Donuk came in to start the third inning after Moon Dong-ju only pitched 2 innings, only threw 42 pitches. So that just catches the bottom corner, and it's 2-1. So Hanwha is going to be running with the bullpen. It shouldn't be too big of a deal because, again, with yesterday's games being canceled, the bullpens are obviously rested. They were rested from Sunday's game. That's outside, and it's 3-1. So Sunday's game, obviously the main guys didn't pitch because they pitched Friday and Saturday, but then you have uh, the Monday off day and then the Tuesday off day. So you only have 5 games this week, as that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. And for the fourth time today, they have the leadoff batter on base. Fourth time today with the leadoff batter on base, ladies and gentlemen. Not going to win a lot of games when the leadoff batter's on base every single inning. That's going to bring up Yugong Nam. Yugong Nam walked and scored a run in his first at bat, hitting 273 on the season from the backstop, as that's in the dirt, and it's, oops, wrong button. 1-0. We'll see how interesting how long Kim Jin-wook stays in there, as that's a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 1-1 now. Fire says, got to wait for him to get ready before you can start motioning. All right, so runner over on first is Kim Min Sung. I'm going to assume that he's got some speed, as he is a second baseman. And the 1-1 pitch, that's going to be a ground ball off the glove of Noshiwan, and it hits the corner, and that is going to be trouble as he grabs it, and he's going to be thrown out at third base. Wow. Awful base running by Lotte. And I'm actually wondering, I think it's going to be a ground rule double because I think it hit the ball boy, which would make it dead. So he was thrown out at third base, but I think the ball hit the ball boy as they're showing the replay. Yep, it hit the ball boy's chair, and that makes it a dead ball, a ground rule double. And so they're going to have runners on second and third. As Lotte really lucks out there. They should have they should have a runner on first with one out, but because of the ground rule double, where again it hit the ball boy's chair, which makes it a dead ball, a ground rule double. And the ball boy is now fired. So that's going to go down as a double there. Very lucky for Lotte. Again, they should have runners on first with one out, but instead they got runners on second and third after it hit the ball boy's chair, making it a dead ball. Hanwha just not not in a good situation. That's going to bring up Iho Jun. Iho Jun with the RBI triple in his last at bats, scored a run also. 1 for 1 on the day as that misses upstairs, 1-0. I wonder if they'll get a new ball boy for tomorrow. All right, nobody out. Hanwha bringing the infield in as that is ball two. Ball boy not doing his job today. He's kind of around the corner too. He didn't really have any place to go. He should have been jumping up on the tarp. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Oh, he wasn't even standing up though. Like he was so slow to move that I mean that was all in the ball. You got to be anything over there. You've got to be up, and that's another problem with having these fences, these walls so close to the field. As the two, and that hits him in the back, and the bases are loaded. Second hit by pitch for Jodonuk as the bases are now loaded for a guy that can put this game completely out of reach with one swing. Jodonuk came in the third inning, hit Nasung up, and then gave up a single, a ground rule double, and now hit by pitch. And the Lotte's got the bases loaded with nobody outs. Can they add on to the runs as they pops them up? And that's going to be an infield fly as EJ Wan still almost drops it because he's EJ Wan. That's going to bring up Sono Young. How is he so bad at catching? It's literally his only job is to catch the ball. All right, Sono Young steps in. This is outside. 1-0. Singled in his first at bat, scored a run, and then a 3-1 ground out to end the second inning. And it's 1-0 pitch coming up. Outside, 2-0. Chodonuk again struggled with command last year, which is why he wasn't able to hold on to a starting position, a spot in the starting lineup. He just couldn't. He could strike out a handful here and there, but he just could never control and keep the walks down. Swing and a miss on ball three, and it's 2-1. 2-1, way outside, nowhere near the strike zone. Would have went behind a guy in the left field or left-hander batter's box. All right, you got a runner on the third is Kim Min Sung, a runner on second is Yukong Nam, a runner on first is Lee Ho Jun, and Son Ho Young steps in. He had a excellent season last year. He can definitely put one over the wall. And the 3-1 pitch in there for a strike, and the count is now full. His second full count of the day. All right, so we'll see. Do they try to get him to chase something down? He's chased 2 pitches down. We've got time called. 3-2 pitch. Bases loaded. Number 2 hitter up to bats. And he walks in a run. Almost got him to chase that pitch down in the zone. Like I said. Like I said. All right, so Nasun Yup steps in. He's going to ground ball right back to the pitcher. Come home. 1, 2, 3. Double play to end the inning. Lotte gets one on the bases loaded walk, but definitely not what they were wanting with the bases loaded and nobody outs and the 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up. So we will go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 5-1. Lotte. Lotte. Definitely not a good performance with the bases loaded there for Lotte. 100% not good. Bases loaded. Nobody out. First pitch infield fly, then a walk to score a run, and then a 1, 2, 3 double play to end the inning. And that is rough. Right, Kim Jin Young or Kim Jin Wook will step down. So it should be. Oh, bottom of the fourth here. Kim Jin Wook, 57 pitches. He'll face No Shiwan, who No Shiwan was up when Florial was picked off and looks at ball one there. So 57 pitches through the first 3 innings for Kim Jin-wook, 24, 14, and 19. 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth to Noshiwan. Noshiwan 0 for 1 on the day with a 6-3 ground out in his first at bat. And once again, time is called. Game is taking way too long. Yeah. 1-0 pitch. Once again, more time is called. The Lotte is struggling with the electronics today. All right, the 1-0 pitch. Big curveball that's forgot to curve. Kim Jin-wook is shaking off the catcher. If you're gonna shake off why don't you just put on the pitch comm and you tell him what you want to pitch, what you want to throw? And the 2-0 is, did he get him around? He did go around, and it's 2-1. Oshiwana tried to hold up, but wasn't able to. Definitely went around. And that misses inside, and 3-1 now. 3-1. That just kisses the top of the zone and runs the count full. Second full count of the day for Hanwha. They 5-3 ground out in their first one. It was a productive out, though. Hmm. Here we go. We'll have ourselves a full count, a 3-2 pitch. No Shiwan swinging the bats, rocking it back and forth. Sets up right down the middle, and that's going to be a swing and a tip into the glove. And out number one as Noshiwan continues his early season struggles. It did sound like he got a piece of it. We'll check the replay. Yeah, he got a piece of it. He needs a torpedo barrel. All right, the Chan Sung steps in. 0 for 1, a 6-3 ground out, and looks at ball one. It's 1-0. 6-3 ground out in his first at bat. 231 on the season for the Hanwha captain. I believe he's leading the league, or not the league, leading the team in batting average. Yep. Actually, is probably going to be switching with Shimu Jun here as he fouls that one off. It's 1-1. He was again, Hanwha only has two guys hitting over 200 on their entire team. Chan Sung hitting at 240, and then Shimu Jun at 208. Uh, Chan Sung 0 for 1 today, which will drop him down, but Shimu Jun 1 for 1 as that pitch is so far over Yugong Nam's head, he's not even able to catch it, and it's 2-1. But here comes pitch number 66, or sorry, pitch number 67. It's going to be a strike. Just going to tell you that now and predict in the future. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, a strike on the outside corner. Guys got to start swinging at pitch 67, guys. They're going to learn eventually. They're going to learn eventually. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Way up. And another full count. And 3-2 is lifted into right field. Reyes under it and two away. All right, that's low 1-1. Sorry, 1-0. Kim Jae-yun steps in. He's 1 for 1 on the day. He singled in his first at bats, but then wasn't moved off of first base. And a swing and a miss there, 1-1. We'll see how much Kim Ji-nook picks up his game now as he's got himself a little comfortable 5-1 lead. See if he starts challenging him a little bit more, raises that strikeouts. And fouled into the dirt, and it's 1-2. right, the 1-2 pitch. And fouled away as Kim Tae-yeon proves that he is a fan favorite by giving the fans a baseball. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Way outside. Didn't get through that one, and it's 2-2. Young Nam says, hey, shake it out, man. You got a 4-run lead. Hanwha looks absolutely awful on offense, and they're already in their bullpen. Don't worry about it. All right, so the 2 nothing as Kim Tae-yeon is going to get some more spray tech. And they do not have rosin in the KBO. They have a little spray can. I feel like it works fantastic. If anybody has ever been in Korea, obviously I use it whenever I play here, but it works well. All right, the 2-2 pitch. And he goes down and grabs it. The shortstop scoops, throws in time, and 1-2-3 goes Hanwha. We'll go to the bottom. We'll go to the top of the fifth. It's 5-1. Lotte. One, a two, a 1-2-3 goes a Hanwha. Uh-huh. 2 or 3 goes a Hanwha. Do have to start worrying a little bit about that pitch count. He's probably only going to be able to go 5 innings. 24 pitches in the first inning. In that big 11 pitch at bat to Wang Young Mook really did him in the start of this game. Then 14 in the second, 19 in the third, and then 18 in this past inning because he started out both first 2 batters at full counts. So he's at 75 pitches already through 4 innings. He did throw, let me get my super awesome stat sheet on the back of my assignments. Threw 94 pitches in his 1 game earlier this year. Did go 6 innings in that game, but had 4 walks. So the fact that he hasn't walked anybody yet, and I say that like he's probably going to walk 6 guys. Hasn't walked anybody. Did have 7 strikeouts, but yeah, I don't know if you heard me talking about it earlier. He worked with Ryuhyun Jin in the off season. So that might have done something. Lotte left 5 on base. Did I have that right? I don't know how that. As Reyes grounds the first pitch and 1 away. And they have 5 left. They not have them. That's 5. And that'll be it for Jodon Hook as we. What's up, Alan? Just in time for a pitching change. I wish I would have streamed. I wish I would have been doing the either the Samsung Kia game or the Kium or the Kium Doosan game. At least they're close. All right, let's see if we can find out who's coming in here. No, why would we find out coming in? All right. Kim Jong-soo will come in for Hanwha. Oh, crap. Wrong one. All right, we're back. Kim Jong-soo won 1-0 on the season, 3 games, 3 and 2/3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, 100 batting average against. And the first pitch is swung and fouled back by Jung Hoon, who almost falls out of the game. He swung so hard. Ah, what MLB team are you a fan of? All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that's upstairs. 1-1. Shin Jun is not on base. There we go. Maybe. There we go. All right. So the 1-1 is fouled away, and it's 1-2 now. Ah. What's your feelings on the removing the Tigers at the top and removing the keyhole? The final team in the MLB that doesn't have is now missing the keyhole. As that's lifted into right field, Eugene Young giving chase is able to make the catch. And Hong Young Mook is way, way out there. And 2 away. Ah, there's just no room in that foul territory. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. All right, Yoon Dong Hee steps in. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a big solo shot back in the second inning. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And looks at strike one at the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. So struck out in his last at bats, a homer in his first at bats. The exact opposite of what you could possibly do. And that's way upstairs, 2-1. Oh. And 2-1 fouled away, and it's 2-2 now. Kim Jong Soon has pitched well. I I don't mind the no blocking home plate thing. I get it. I get it. But the runner on second is the dumbest rule. That just catches him staring at it. And 1-2-3 goes Lotte. And the top of the fifth, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to speed this game up and we'll head to the bottom of the fifth. It's 5-1 Lotte. 1-2-3 for Hanwha in the bottom of the fourth. 1-2-3 for Lotte in the top of the fifth. We are just going to finally cruise through this game, maybe. All right. Eugene Young will lead off for Hanwha. Yeah. Uh, the basis to me doesn't. The basis makes little difference to me, but yeah, the runner on second rule is awful. It's like little league. I just don't understand it. right, we are back. Lee Young leading things off. Kim Ji-nook, 75 pitches through his first 4 innings, and pitch one there is a ball. 1-0. I hate the DH also. 1-0 is that is low, and it's 2-0. Kim Ji-nook is struggling again with his command. Have a little mound visits. 77 pitches, 48 of them have been strikes. Again, he hasn't walked anybody, but he's run into 3 full counts. Oh, yes, the old Manford rules. All right. I like the pitch clock. 2-1 in there for a strike. I like the pitch clock because team like it was to the point where it was just too much. They're so long, so long. The 2-1 misses way inside. 3-1. All right, here comes the 3-1 pitch. And that misses, and that's going to be a leadoff walk to Lee Young. He does have a little bit of speed there. He could easily steal a bag or two. Yeah. 2 hours and 15 minutes isn't, like, here KBO has the pitch clock this year, and most of the games are right around 2 hours 45 minutes to 3 hours. I like the pitch clock just because it's been taking so long. As Lee Young is gonna rip one to left field, and he's got his first base hit of the season, ladies and gentlemen. And Hanwha once again has got runners on first and second with nobody out. And we'll see, can they actually do something, ladies and gentlemen? Can they do something? Lee Young comes through as Lee Young on second base now with a walk, and then Lee Young singles to the outfield, and again, runners on first and second, nobody outs, and you've got Hanwha's hottest hitter up. And that's going to be a bunt. Very important to get a bunt down, as that is going to be an error. And a run is going to come home to score as he gets the bunt down. We'll see if it's called an error. Hanwha is going to score at least 1 run on this pitch. It was a slow developing play, that the bunts, and then the throw down to first was not fielded cleanly. You're going to have runners on first and third no matter what. Shimu Jun is on first base. Lee Young showing the wheels as he's able to move from first to third, as Kim Ji-nook grabs it, but the throw is just so bad, and that is going to move Lee Young or EJ Wan over to third base. So should be go down as an error. But again, that would be if they had decent scorers. Yeah, you got to have them the deliveries, as Iwan Suk will take over on the base pass. Still trying to wait for the official score, as Wang Young Mook here is steps in of ball one. Waiting for the official score. It should be a single and an error, is what it should be. Is that misses inside, and it's a 2-0. Kim Jin-wook is running into problems here. Hanwha is finally scoring some runs against a starter, ladies and gentlemen. So Shim Woo-jun is out of the game at shorts, and Iwon Suk takes over. And Wang Young-wook looks at... Is it a strike? They didn't show the color. I'm going to say it's a strike. It said it was a strike on the broadcast. All right, there we go. And that's in there for a strike, and it's 2-2 now. Still waiting on the so we're gonna have a single with an error. And again, it is runners on first and third. And the 2-2 pitch fouls that one away, and it stays 2-2. Running into lots of troubles here. No outs. No outs. Walk to lead off the inning, and then a single, and then another bunch single. And a foul away. Like they did not give him an RBI on that though. All right, here comes the 2-1 or the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss on a pitch way down in the zone, and strikeouts number 3 on the day will run his count to 3 for 1 out here as Wang Young-wook is finally retired for the first time today. That's going to bring up An Chi-hong. An Chi-hong 0 for 2 on the day. As again, Hanwha is just really struggling with any runners on base. Will they let him pitch to him? Looks like they will. And again, he threw 94 pitches in his first game. He's at 89 pitches right now. All right, the 1-0, or sorry, the first pitch in. I thought they said Iwon Suk was on, or maybe is Iwon Suk over on? Iwon Suk took over for EJ Wan. Sorry, my bad. I was wondering why he was pinch running for Shim Woo-jun. So EJ Wan is now. Suk. Oh, Che Jae-hoon will come in to catch after the break. All right, the 0-1 pitch to An Chi-hong. And that's going to be a ground ball. This shortstop steps on the bag, throws across, and a 6-3 double play will end the 5th and end Hanwha's chances. As we will go to the break, I'll be back in just a few. Enjoy your water beverages, ladies and gentlemen. Oops, sorry. It's the sixth inning, not the seventh, guys. Sorry, I just got a very strange message. Is Kim Jong Soo is still out there on the mound, and that's in there for strike. 0-1. Let me get that fixed. There we go. All right. Give me song up on, and that's low. 1-1 now. All right. 1-2 coming up. And that's in the dirts, and it's 2-2. And fouled away. Oh, Iwan Suk stays over in right field. Che Jae-hoon takes over behind the plate, which means he'll take over in Eugene Young's spot in the lineup, as that's fouled away also, and it stays 2-2. And a swing and a miss, and that's out number one as Kim Jong Soo continues his terror on the league. All right. All right, let's try this again. Sorry, guys. Sorry. And that hits Yugong Nam on the hand, and he's obviously in pain as the trainer is quickly out there. And he had injury. He had an injury last year. I can't remember exactly what the injury was. All right, we've got a pinch runner now. Obviously, his Yukong Nam is hit there. Sorry again, guys. I'm trying to. One of the big broadcast station just messaged me and is asking me if I will come on their program. So I'm trying to message them and still call the game here. So and here's they're going to be running on that, but fouled away. So Yugong Nam is out of the game. I will get the pinch runner here. Kim Dong Hyuk will take over at first base. Obviously, plenty of speed. Oh, wrong button. And that misses upstairs, 1-1. All right, we're all caught up now. All right, the 1-1 pitch checks over at first, and he slides back in. And that's outside, and that's a stolen. No, he is out. A great throw by Che Jae-hoon that catches him. As Che Jae-hoon just comes into the game and immediately throws out a runner, and that's two away. Ooh, his foot was blocked. Shimu Jun's foot blocks him from being able to touch the bag. He said it looked like he had it stolen, but for some reason it was tagged out. But it's because Shimu Jun's foot blocked the bag, and now you've got a 2-1 count with two outs instead of one, as that's up high, 3-1. All right, here comes the 3-1 pitch. Pops him up. And bounces off the cheer section for Lotte, and it's a full count now, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful, beautiful full count to the 3-2 pitch. And that's in the glove of Kim Tae-yeon. A fly ball to left will end the inning. They get a hit by pitch, but he is thrown out trying to steal by the brick wall. And we'll go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 5-2. Lotte. All right. Things are moving around me. Moving around. Right. I think I've got everything caught up now. We'll see who takes over behind the plates. Obviously, Kim Dong Hyuk is not going to be catching. If he is, then that is the fastest catcher in the league without any questions whatsoever. All right. So Jung Bo-gun is going to take over behind the plates. Alrighty. All right, bottom of the sixth. Now Florio will step in. He is 0 for 2 on the day. A strikeout, a fly out, or sorry, a ground out, a 5-4 is that's going to be lifted into center field. Yoon Dong Hee under it, and one away. Very surprising that Kim Jin-wook is still out there. But I mean, he has not really had a bunch of problems, especially maybe they just wanted him to come in and get out to Florio. As yep, the pitching coach will make his way out, so we'll have a pitching change here. As they just wanted him to get the left-hander, so that'll be it for him. As he gets his one out here in the bottom of the sixth, we'll have a pitching change. Well, I'm sure they'll be bringing in a righty to face Noshiwan. So final line on Kim Jin-wook is 5.1 innings, 92 pitches, 59 for strike. Gave up 6 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and 2 runs. Only one of them earned, though. So he is obviously in line for the win, which means Hanwha once again through another game. Again, this is game number 9. They still will not get a win against a starter. Elsewhere around the league, since we just had a break, I'll kind of go over. LG's up, or LG is down 5-9. They were down 9-1 at one point, but they've battled back. They've moved it to 9-5 as KT is actually has runners on first and second in the bottom of the fifth. So trying to add to the lead before the break. The other 2 games are tied 2-2 Samsung versus Kia, and then 3-3 for Kiyoom versus Doosan. So those other games are much more entertaining, I feel, than this one. And they're also in the top of the seventh. So not only are they more entertaining, they're actually moving faster, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see what happens here. So again, I still they still haven't announced who is or who is the new pitcher. So waiting and waiting. KBO app is not the fastest thing. All right, Park Jun-woo is the new pitcher. So 8.10 ERA, 1-1 on the season, 4 games, 3 1/3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, a 4.38 batting average against, and a 2.40 WHIP. Not beautiful numbers, but that's what happens when you pitch in Lotte's bullpen. Park Jun-woo out on the mound, and he will face again Noshiwan to lead things off. And that's in there for a strike. 144 on the gun. 156 on the season for all right, here comes the 0-2 pitch in the other batter's box, just right on cue, ladies and gentlemen. No shoe on. All right, so no shoe on 0 for 2, 6-3 ground out in his first at bat, struck out with a full count in his last at bat, and here comes the 1-2 pitch, a beautiful looking curve that just freezes him. And a swing and a miss. And outside, 1-1 now. And the 1-1 is going to be lifted into right field. Reyes giving chase, and he will make the catch. And another 1-2-3 goes Hanwha. And we'll go to the 7th inning. It's 5-2 Lotte. They just do not look like much at all. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Game is moving pretty fast after the first couple innings. And we're sitting here at just at about 2 hours now. Going to the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th will bring up the top of the lineup for Lotte. All right. All right, Ite Young out on the mound, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the game, honestly. He has not pitched well all season. 7.71 ERA, 1 loss, 4 games, 2 1/3 innings, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and a 333 batting average against. He just really has not had it. I mean, that's the only way to put it. He's going to face the top of the lineup here again, so this could end the game. Just put it out there. And first pitch is a ball outside, 1-0. And that's going to be a chopper. That's going to be difficult. Noshiwan makes the scoop to throw on the jump, and he gets him. What a play by Noshiwan over at first base or third base. Running in, he just times it perfectly on the scoop. That was looked like it might have been off the plate. He scoops and he jumps and throws it a little off balance and is able to get him in time, and it's 1 away. And that's going to be a trouble as Iwan Suk is lost out there, but he makes the catch, and it's 2 away. 2 quick outs. And that's going to bring up Nasung Yup. Is apparently Ite Young watched my broadcast and heard me talking about him the last game and decided that he's going to do something about it. Yeah, that's in outside 1-1. Or sorry, 1-0. Oops, wrong button. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch to Nasung Yup. He's 1 for 2 on the day, and that's in there for a strike, 1-1. So double in his first at bats, then a hit by pitch, and a 1-2-3 double play to end the inning with the bases loaded. As he fouls that one off, and it's 1-2. And runs it inside, and it's 2-2. 142 on the gun for the rising sun. Moon Dongju looking on. Ido Yoon looking on. I think that's Che and Ho over on the right. Again, I don't really know what the players look like. And here comes the 2-2 pitch in the dirt, and that's going to run the count full. Never going to be an easy one, ladies and gentlemen. Never going to be an easy. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. And call time and get a new ball because that one had too much use. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be a liner off the glove of Wong Young Mook. And he's going to have himself a 2-out single on base for the third time today, ladies and gentlemen. And that'll bring up Reyes. Reyes hitless today, or hitless, yeah, hitless. I'm still learning English, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still learning English. All right, here comes Reyes. 9 pitches for Lee Tae-yong, and that is fouled straight back. Over 3 today. He did have an RBI ground out in the first inning. That was the first run for Lotte, so technically he is the game-winning hit. Had a 5-4 ground out and a 6-3 ground out. So been putting the ball on the ground and not taking advantage of these short porches. And here comes the 0-1, and that's lifted foul, and it's 0-2. See if Itaeon can keep from hanging a forkball to Reyes. He would love to deposit another one over that monster in right field, or even off of it. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Lifts it way up, and it's 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And upstairs, 2-2. Running into command issues here. If 13 pitches. Not able to get the forkball down. And Nasung Yup over at first. Might be off on this pitch. Here we go. The 2-2 pitch. 2 outs. And that's ripped foul. And it stays 2-2. Right to the 2-2 pitch. 2 outs. And a swing into the mitts, and that's going to be 3 away here in the top of the 7th as he gets him on the high fastball. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. It's 5-2. Lotte. Lotte. They strand another one. Yeah. All right, we are back. All right, Kim Tae-yeon will lead things off for Hanwha in one of the bright spots of the season for him. So Park Jun-woo is still out on the mound. 7 pitches in that first little outing for him as he quickly struck out and got a flyout from Cheon Sung. Ball 1 on the outside, and it's 1-0. Kim Tae-yeon averaged up to 207 now, makes him one of 3 Hanwha players to have an average over 200. And he lifts that one into right field. Reyes under it, and another out. As Hanwha is running out of outs. They've got 8 left before this game is over. All right, here comes the first pitch, and that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Che Jae-hoon getting his first at bat of the day, hitting 333, but he doesn't have enough at bats to qualify yet as he slaps that one up into the second deck way back there. Hopefully, it didn't hurt anybody. And it's 0-2 now. And way outside, right-hand pitcher, right-handed batter, 0-2 count. Other batter's box, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. I've got my pitch counts all wrong. It's a 12 pitches so far. And upstairs, 2-2. And Che Jae-hoon last year started striking out a little bit more than usual. Again, he lost a lot of weight during the middle of the season, and I wonder if that affected him. But here goes the 2-2 pitch, and he fouls that one away. Obviously, he continued to lose weight. He dropped a lot of weight between the start of last season and the end of last season. Continued to lose a little bit more weight in the off season, trying to take some weight off of the knees, I guess. Be in a better athletic position behind the plates. As that one is fouled away again. Did it get to the second deck? It did not. In the back of the cheer section, giving the fans what they want. If they can't lead with a win, at least they're going to lead with a ball. Oh, that's good. I gotta use that one more. All right, the 2-2 pitch to Che Jae-hoon. Upstairs, runs the count full, 3-2. All right, the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be lifted into left field. That could be 2 as Che Jae-hoon is showing the wheels as he's going to hold up and just hang out at first with the first base coach as he's got himself a single here with 1 out on the bottom of the 7th as he once again proves that he should probably be starting. Thought might have been thinking too with the newfound lightweight body of his, but we've got ourselves looks like a pitching change. As Park Jun-woo will end his day, and it was very surprising here that they're not going to let him to pitch to Iwan Suk, but maybe they're going to have a pinch hitter here. But here we go. We've got another pitching change, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in just a few. So Iwan Suk is supposed to be hitting. They're going to go with a new pitcher here. So I don't know. I'm going to guess that they're going to bring in a righty to face Iwan Suk. And then from that, they are going to, Hanwha will pinch hit with a lefty, most likely Im Jong-chan. That's my prediction. I'm saying it hasn't been announced yet, but That's what I'm going to go with. All right, so we do have another righty out on the mound. Jung Cho Wan, 2.45 ERA, 0-2 on the season. Or sorry, 2 holds on the season, 4 games, 3 and 2/3 innings, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. I will get that changed. Do you just watch on MLB TV? All right, Iwan Suk in first pitch fouls that away. 147 on the gun. This is kind of why I thought they would go with somebody else. Uh, Iwan Suk is not exactly known for his bats. We'll just say that. All right, Iwan Suk grounds that one to the third base, but to foul, and it's quickly 0-2. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that's low. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, a right-hander is on the mound and a right-hander is in the batter's box, and it's an 0-2 count. And I will give you $0 if you can guess where that pitch was. Yuan Suk, a 233 on the season, getting his first at bat today as he took over on the base pass for EJ Wan, and a swing and into the midst of the catcher, and that's 2 away. And he wasn't able to catch up to the fastball, and like I said, questionable to have him hitting there. All right, so that's going to bring up a Shimu Jun. Again, the hottest hitter on Hanwha, 2 for 2 today with 2 singles, 269 now. Ladies and gentlemen, the deuces are wild, I would like to announce. It's a 5-2 game, 2 outs. He's 2 for 2 on the day, hitting 269, and he is wearing number 2, and a second pitch is a swing, and it's 1-1. On Yeah, I mean, you got the number 9 hitter up right now, and the pitch is low, 2-1. Definitely. You got 5-2. It's bottom of the 7th. You got 2 outs. You got the number 9 hitter up who doesn't hit home runs, and you've got a catcher on first in terms of wheels. As that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. He's going to take it himself, step on the bag, and that will be it. In the 7th, we'll go to the 8th. It's 5-2 Lotte. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 bases. All right. Is that right? That's right. No. No. Yeah, I had it. I had it whenever I first moved here. I had it, back in 2014. I used to watch all the time, and then after after I switched jobs, I think they when they raised the price, they jacked the price way up, and I think I switched at that point to. I think at that point I did some. I switched just to the radio broadcast. I think, uh, and after the after a while, I just stopped. All right, Jung Ho Ju out on the mound, the rookie again, the second round or the second pick in the draft. 13.50 ERA, 3 games, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. He throws hard. He's been really good, and he's been really bad. We'll just put it that way, and that's way outside ball one. So again, he's another one of these guys that throws really hard, but struggles with command. As that one's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. More worried about the radar gun than the strike zone. I like to call them throwers, not pitchers. And here comes the 1-1 in the dirt, and that's 2-1. That's a lot. That is a ton. All right, here comes the 2-1, and that's upstairs 3-1. I think that's a solid choice there, especially with two of the worst offenses in the league. And the 3-1 is that's right down the middle, and it's 3-2. 150 on the old gunner. I guess I should probably put who's up to bat. The number 5 hitter, Jung Hoon. Got himself a full count, the second full count of the day for him as he crushes that. Goodbye. He leaned back and just made sure that that was gone. Good Lord, that was crushed. That was like, I want to say, near the top of the fencing, top of the netting out in left field. As now it is 6-2 as the bullpens are looking spectacular. Good thing it was through 7 and not 8. All right, Yoon Dong Hee steps in. He looks at strike one. He has a solo shot himself back in the second inning, leading off the second inning. Hanwha has only been able to woo as Yoon Dong Hee ducks before that hits him in the head, and it's 1-1 there. Yoon Dong Hee again, the first pitcher. Actually, at this point, he's the only pitcher to hit it out of right field over that 8-meter high wall, whatever the something monster. And he fouls that one back, and it's 1-2 now. And the 1-2 catches him looking for his third strikeout of the day. That is Jung Woo Ju's first strikeout of the day. Yoon Dong Hee strikes out for the third time,
너무
the second
감사합니다.
time straight looking, the third straight. Thank you, thank you. I didn't hear who that was. Sorry, my volume must be down. But one away now is that's a strike on the outside. And I got this right. Yes. Kim Min Sung steps in. He's hitting 308 on the season. 1 for 3 on the day with a single and a run scored in his second at bat. Looks at strike two there, and it's 0-2. He flew out to left in his first at bat, back in the second. And the fourth, he singled and scored a run. And then in the sixth, he struck out and he lifts that one, Florio gliding underneath it. And that's it. 2 away. That'll bring up Young Bogun to get his first at bat of the day. All right, here comes the first pitch to Jung Bogun. 263 on the season. Swing and a miss as he's way late on that fastball. 263 on the season for the backstop for Lotte, and he looks at strike two on the outside. 152 on the gun there. As Jung Woo Ju is just saying, hey, good luck. This is the bottom of the order. You guys aren't going to hit my fastball. We'll see what he does here as he throws one, but just misses low. And it's 1-2. And here comes the 1-2 and swing and a miss. And that will end the eighth for Lotte. They get another home run, though. Another solo shot as Hanwha is welcoming all of its new visitors with 3 homers. They have just been doing nothing but giving up long, long home runs to the netting in left field. Just non-stop homers. And Wisdom hit a home run in all 3 games this last weekend. Hit another home run today. So 4 straight games for Wisdom with a home run. But elsewhere around the league, LG's still losing 5-9. Looking for their... Ooh, that's sweating weather right there. I think you'd be fine. So you got 5-9. Well, never mind. It's the bottom of the 7th there as they just got out with a runner on second. So KT's up 5-9 in the bottom of the 7th, getting ready to start that. Samsung just took the lead 4-2 now against Kia. Kia's got a runner on first in the bottom of the 8th with nobody out. Nasung Bomb. So the number should be a number 3 hitter for Kia. Elsewhere in Jamshil, you got Kium and Doosan still knotted its 3 apiece. Bottom of the 8th with runners on first and second for Doosan and nobody out, looking to get themselves a lead. Yeah, so I know that and then tomorrow's game is canceled too. So they canceled all 3 games of the Hanwha or of the NC series. Jung Hyun Soo out on the mound, 2.70 ERA, 1 hold, 6 games, 3 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, a 60 whip, a .60 whip. Those of you that see Steve's name, he's the one that's hosts the Fighting Sports, a English podcast talking about all the different sports in the KBO. I have a link in the description if you want to listen to him and I talk about the preseason. You should. It's not really a question. You definitely should go listen to it. So, and Wang Young-mook steps in and looks at strike 1, and it's 0-1. So Jung Hyun Soo out on the mound now. As again, I will try to get that. Jung Hyun Soo. And in there. Fastball, 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 fastball. And foul. Jung Hyun Soo. All right. Once again, another 0-2. And lifted foul. And another battle here from Wong Young Mook. Nice catch by the Lotte fan. A lefty Lotte fan. They might want to get him and see if he can play first or maybe come in relief. No problem, always. Welcome up, Takamatsu. That's right, as that's outside a ball one. Yeah, Takamatsu. How was the shirtless celebration? How was the celebration, the shirtless celebration outside the stadium, and the 1-2 pitch? That's going to be a chopper to the second baseman, over ranging and grabs it, goes over to first, and Wang Young Mook is down for the first out in the inning. It's always a tough play for Hanwha second baseman. So I'm every time I see that little ground ball to the right to the left of the second baseman, I think it's going to be an error because that's what happens when Hanwha is trying to field that. All right, An Chi Hong steps in. An awful day at the plate, an awful season at the plate. He has one hit on the season, as that is going to be a ball. Yeah, the one big hits today: 5-3 ground out, a fly out to center field, and a 6-3 double play with runners in scoring position as he swings at a ball that hits him in the foot, and it's 1-1. Former Kia Tiger and former Lotte Giants, Mr. An Chi Hong. He literally hit him in the foot. It hit him in the foot, the top of the foot, and he still swung and missed. The more important thing is he still swung, obviously. All right, here comes the 1-1, and that is lifted into left field as Jun Junu will make his way in, and it's 2 away. That'll bring up Florial. Florial 0 for the day, but he does have an RBI ground out, ladies and gentlemen. He has an RBI ground out. Perfect timing. Every time I go walk, I look for you. I'm like, oh, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? All right, it's Florial stepping in again, 0 for 3 on the day. A strikeout in his first at bat, a 5-4 RBI ground out in his second, and a fly out to center in his third at bat. Average down to 129 now, and his 4-game hitting streak is in jeopardy, as that is a ripped foul, and it's 1-1. Yeah. Hopefully you weren't riding around too much on Saturday. I was at the Big Bang, or not Big Bang, the G Dragon concert, and my toes were frosty. They were like numb. As that is, he waits on that hanging curveball, but still fouls it away. He just cannot hit the ball straight. All right, the 1-2 pitch coming up. Florio resets his batting gloves. And all the teams wearing that, if you are watching the game, that black ribbon is in remembrance of the fan that lost her life this week. Again, why the games were canceled, as that is filed away. So all the teams, umpires are all wearing the black ribbon in remembrance. Again, Lavier or something, basically a window decoration fell from the third floor at NC's stadium, fell onto the top of a food truck, and then it bounced off and hit some fans as Florial loses his helmet, but is able to file that away and stay alive. Then Yeah, so two of them ended up in critical condition in the hospital. One of them ended up in a coma, and later passed, I believe, on Monday, which is why they canceled all the games yesterday. There's no cheering, I believe, this week. That catches him looking a beautiful pitch on the outside corner. And Hanwha will be down to their last three outs as we go to the ninth inning. It's 6-2 Lotte. Hanwha. Your offense stinks. Stinks as Doosan takes the lead. They are up 5-3 in the ninth inning with Kim Tae-kyun coming out onto the mound. They're able to score on a couple errors. Is that 3 errors? No way. 3 errors by Kyun. And scores runs for Doosan. Ouch. The KBO at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. The KBO at its finest. All right, stepping in. Looks like we're going to have Guanmin Gyu. A lot of people's pitch to win Rookie of the Year as he is slowly getting his chances in the big leagues. Guanmin Gyu will head onto the mound for Hanwha. Again, they're not a big situation here. Is a lot of comparisons with him and Yu Jin, obviously, because they're both left-handed, and a lot of Hanwha fans like to compare anybody who's left-handed in a pitcher to Yu Jin. So Guanmin Gyu out on the mound. Again, the lefty, he's pitching 2 games, 2 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, no hits, and 1.29 whip. Oh, we're not the 10th inning. If it was the 10th inning, the game would be over. Sometimes my buttons stick a little bit. There we go. All right, leading things off for Lotte is Iho Jun, the number 9 hitter. So they'll have 9-1-2, and he looks at just strike one in there, and it's 0-1. So Iho Jun, RBI triple back in the second inning, hit by pitch and a fly out to left, and that's outside 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch. And a beautiful pitch in there for a strike. 129 on the gun as it just dropped right in there. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. Takamatsu, are you going to ever go to the game? Are you going to go to a game in the stadium? And the 2-2 pitch pops it up. Che Jae-hoon takes off the mask, but get out of play and stays 2-2. Somebody is yelling outside of my house like I feel like I'm living in New York. And the 2-2 pitch, that's going to be lined right into center field, and he's going to have himself a leadoff single. Once again, the leadoff batter for Lotte is on base. Guys, this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. First inning, 6-3 ground out, then a homer to lead off the next, and then a hit by a pitch, and then a single, and then 2 outs there. And then last inning was another home run, and now you got a single. Half the time, if you're leadoff runners on base, you're probably in good situation in terms of your the score. All right, that's going to bring up Jun Janu. He is 0 for 4 on the day. 0 for 3. He had a sacrifice fly that doesn't count as an official at bat. Big outs in the fourth inning. He had the bases loaded with nobody outs, and first pitch swinging pops up to the catcher. 194 on the season for Lotte's Capitan. And, apparently, there was a ball. I didn't see it. Maybe it was a pitch clock violation. I don't know. All right, here we go. The 1-0 pitch over on first is Iho Jun, who has plenty of speed, and that's popped up. The bat flip and a left fielder under it, and one away. All right, Guanmin Gyu now facing Son Ho Young. They are bundled up back behind home plates. The girl that's in looks like she's wearing a full-on like Himalayan parka, uh, trying to getting ready to climb Mount Everest, all bundled up with a giant looking like extra for Among Us. Is that's up high? I want to know. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Runs way inside. It's 2-0. Pitch number 10 there for Guan Min Gyu. I don't know how many pitches he's throwing in most of these games. This is actually the first game that I've streamed that I've been able to watch him. Even most of the time, he's games that I'm not streaming again. All right, here comes the 2-0 pitch. Sets up on the outside, and that misses way outside, and it's 3-0. Yo count now to Son Ho Young. Son Ho Young obviously can put a couple over the fence, especially these short porches in the new stadium. But I am just going to guess that he's taken the entire way as he sets up right down the middle. Just catches the outside corner, and it's 3-1. All right, here comes the 3-1 pitch. And right back up the middle is going to be a single. His second hit of the day, third time on base. And Lotte is not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Is Wan Min Gyu is finding himself a little bit of struggle here. That's going to bring up Na Sung Yup. Na Sung Yup has been on base 3 times. He doubled to lead off his first at bats. Hit by pitch in his second, a single in his last at bats. Unfortunately, he also had a 1-2-3 ground into double play with bases loaded and 1 out in the fourth. That really kept Lotte from just opening the game way up at the time. All right, here we go. The lefty versus lefty matchup. 1 out, runners on the first and second, and catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Tossing up a young guy at 265 on the season. Would love to make amends for that double play that he grounded into. And the 0-1 catches the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, and I know I need to talk about it, but at the same time, it's something that I don't feel like I'm qualified to talk about. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And fouled away again, as that's going to be way deep in the Lotte section. And we'll have ourselves another 1-2 pitch because three of them is never enough, ladies and gentlemen. The more, the more, the more. Yeah. And it's April. I mean, and that happened in March. All right, the 1-2. It's fouled away, and it stays 1-2 for the fourth time. Yeah, I mean, there's so many other things. Like, wasn't there something else that was like a fire construction? Something like that. And then you had the big fires down in Ulsan. All right. The 1-2 pitch pops him up. JJ Hoon flips the mask off. He's camping under it and 2 away. A big at bat there. Once again, not able to come through. Yes. I wonder when they put that up. I never noticed that. I mean, I guess I never really looked up there. Uh, but yeah, I don't go out there that much anymore. But Reyes steps in. He is 0 for the day, 0 for 4 on the day. Would love to get himself his first hit of the day and score a couple runs, make this game grand slam proof. What kind of pizza, Alan? You a pepperoni guy? You a sausage guy? You a veggies? Or just plain old cheese? Yeah, I do remember that. As Son Ho Young will come out and they'll have a pinch hitter. Junmin Jae will take over on the base pass. Get that change. I don't know if he's a natural third baseman, as that is outside. I remember Hanwha had a game delayed last year. Swing and a miss at ball 3. So Hanwha last year they had like up at the top of the outfield had fire shooting up or whatever. And I remember there was a delay because one of them caught one of those caught the roof on fire and pops it foul, and it's 2-2. So yeah, that's what happens when you try to dress up a 60-year-old stadium, I guess. Again, I think Hanwha Stadium, old stadium, opened in 1964, so it was 60 years old last year. He finally decided to retire it. All right, the 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on, and that's going to be a sliding catch by the right fielder. That's going to keep Reyes hitless on the day and keep it a 4-run game because that probably would have scored 2. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. It's 6-2 Lotte as Hanwha's down to their final 3. Can Hanwha do it, ladies and gentlemen? As Lotte is stranded as so many runners on base. Reyes having an awful start to his 2025 season after setting the career or the single season record for most ever hits in the KBO is not been off to a good season this year. Yeah, Iwan Suk is naturally a center fielder. Uh, But since Florio's over in center field, he took over as a defensive guy. Yeah, I liked the old stadium. I've only been to the opening ceremony for the new stadium, but just looking at it from pictures and videos, I don't like it. It is not a baseball fans stadium. It is look at all these cool things stadium. That's all it is. You've got so many blocked views. That was one of the best things about the old stadium is no matter where you were, you could see the entire field. You could see everything happening on the field. With this new stadium, the only people that can see everything are the people in the very big luxury boxes. Lotte's up by 4, so they're going to bring out their closer, Kim Wan Jun. 3 games, 3 and 2/3 innings, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, a 182 batting average against a 1.91 whip. He does have one save, though, as I'll get that change as he cannot get his pitch comm situated and working. We'll see. Where's Kenny? Where's Kenny to tell us how this is going to happen? Kenny knows usually after the first two pitchers or first two pitches how his day is going to go. All right, No Shiwan leading things off here in the bottom of the ninth, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Yeah, exactly. As that is foul. Like you can see right there if you're watching the game, you can't see the right field or left field's corners. And if you are and if you're in the outfield, there's so much that you can't see. They're selling those seats right next to the bullpen. Okay, but yeah, you can't see half the game because the double decker bullpen blocks half the game. As the 2-0-2 pitch is fouled away and it stays 0-2. Good to see an 0-2 pitch from a righty to a righty is not in the other batter's box. So lots of changes defensively. Jang Do-sung in center field. Yoon Dong-hee moves over to right field. Reyes moves over to left. And that is going to be aligned Yoon Dong-hee in right field and one away. I'm not going to change those because there's one out in the ninth. All right, it's 1 out for Chaeyoung Sung. Chaeyoung Sung 0 for the day. Also, as he's got a 6-3 ground out and 2 flyouts to right, and that misses way upstairs, and it's 1-0. That was a pitch clock violation, maybe. Yeah, I don't remember any bad views at Changwon's Stadium. I don't remember any bad ones at Kia Stadium either. You've obviously been there more than I have. That one filed away. Yeah, Gochuk has awful views. Jamshil, I just don't like. I like KT Stadium, even though the seats are really small, as that is going to be lined into left field. Reyes over, cuts it off. Chan Sung is going to hold up at first, and he's got himself a single, ladies and gentlemen. The captain is on board as he gets himself a 1-out hit in the bottom of the ninth, and Hanwha's day is not done as Kim Tae-yeon steps in. Kim Tae-yeon, the only Hanwha hitter to hit a home run in the stadium. Maybe. Let me rephrase it. I don't know because I didn't stream Saturday's game. All right, there we go. There's Kenny with the expert advice. Is that's a strike in there, and it's 0-1 to Kim Tae-yeon. Kim Tae-yeon averaged down to 200 now on the season, or I should say up, and then back down. 1 for 3 on the day, singled in his first at bat back in the second inning, and swing, and tips it into the mitts, but that's 0-2 now. Second at bat, a 6-3 ground out, and then flew out to right in his last at bats. 0-2 count with Cheon Sung over on first. A ground ball will end the game, probably with a double play. And here comes the 0-2 pitch in the dirt, and that's going to get away as Cheon Sung shows off the wheels, and he's going to head over to second base as the wild pitch. That is not the one I wanted. As the wild pitch allows him to move over. I went to Masan Stadium a bunch actually. I went numerous times. Always sat in table seats. The Masan Stadium, the whole thing was say stadium or was uh was table seats. As the 1-2 fouls that away, stays 1-2. Yeah, I remember, and I remember the thing I remember most about Masan. Well, two things. Uh, is everything was table seats. There's so many table seats that even the cheer section was in the outfield, and the like if you were elderly, you couldn't go to this stadium because they were so steep. Like the seats were steep, trying to get up and down those steps. As that is outside at 2-2. You never had to worry about room though. There was plenty of room, because everything is table seats. So fantastic room. You had leg room. Getting from one person to the next is. I think the did not hear the pitch clock. Is maybe his microphone came unplugged or something. Getting a little IT help from the KBO ABS system technician. But all right, we've got a 2-2 pitch. Runner on second. So it's 6-2. Number 2-5 up to bat. Kenny, it wouldn't be the KBO if it went quickly. All right, the 2-2 pitch in the dirt, and it's 3-2 and a full count. Did you ever go to a Masan game whenever it was Lotte's second stadium? That would date you. All right, here comes the 3-2. Never mind. Time is called by the catcher. Oh man, yeah, that place was rough. And that's going to be a ground ball. The shortstop picks it up, throws across the diamond, and that's it. 2 away. Again, like I said, the ground ball would have ended it there, but the wild pitch allows Cheon Sung to move to second, but that'll be 2 away now, and Che Jae Hoon steps up. Hanwha's best hitter on the season. Singled in his only at bat. He's 1 for 1 today. Okay. I think NC's first season was my first season here in Korea. I believe. No, 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 no. I think they went. When was their first season? 2012, 2013. And first pitch just catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. JJ Hoon, 385 on the season. Interesting though, going with the closer with a 4-run lead. fouled away. 13, 2013. No, I've only been to Samsung's new stadium and Kia's new stadium. All right, the 0-2 pitch to Jae-Hoon. Hanwha down to their final out and misses inside, and it's 1-2. Yeah, I've been to all the stadiums. I've been to Mokdong. So I've been to Gochuk, Mokdong, Jamshil, Incheon, or Moonhawk, Kia Champions Field, Daegu, Lions Park, Hanbots. I haven't been to the new Hanwha Stadium for an actual game, as that's filed away. Masan, Changwon, uh, Sajik, Ulsan, and Cheongju. The only second league team I haven't seen is I haven't seen a game in Pohang. So maybe I'll get a game in Pohang sometime. All right, here we go. Another 1-2 counts. Jae-Hoon swinging the bat around up on his front tiptoe. Is here we go. The 1-2 pitch misses low, and it's 2-2. 6-2 runner on seconds with a 2-2 count and 2 out. Is that the second league for Kia? All right, the 2-2 pitch. Slap to right, and that's going to be trouble. Yoon Dong-hee on the run makes the catch, and that'll be it for Hanwha. As they end the game, and Hanwha falls 6-2. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. So Hanwha again loses. Not surprised. Once again, and not able to beat a starter. So, oh, okay, yeah. Kia Ducks. Hmm. So, yeah, Lotte with a win, 6-2. And yeah, I mean, again, Hanwha cannot beat a left-hander. They couldn't beat a left-hander last year. They can't beat a left-hander this year. There's no changes to their team really. And this year they can't hit any starters. They did score 2 runs today, but only one of them was earned. So last week they scored I think 2 earned runs against starters. The whole week they scored 1 earned run against the starter today. So in the last week and a half they have scored 3 earned runs against starters in the KBO, which is not good. uh, Obviously they were shutouts in the in the first 2 games against LG last week, and it didn't score a run until the ninth inning in the third game of the series as they got swept. They did well against Kia, but anyway. So Moon Dong-ju struggled early. His early game struggles continue. He had his first game. He pitched 5 innings, 61 pitches, gave up 1 hit, pitched fantastic. But, and this is a huge one, it was on the road. And I'm going to talk about this. I didn't talk about this during the broadcast because I had a feeling this is something that is becoming an issue with him. So he struggled in the beginning. Again, last year opponents hit over 400 against him in the first inning. Second inning they dropped down, but the third, fourth, and fifth inning were all over 300. Today he only pitched 2 innings, 42 pitches, 4 hits, 1 homer. He gave up 1 walk, but 4 runs, obviously taking the loss. Last year, the thing with him is last year at home, he had an ERA of 6.04. On the road, he had an ERA of 3.70. During the week, he had an ERA of 20. Or sorry, during day games, he had an ERA of 20. On Wednesdays last year, he had an ERA of 11. I don't know. I don't know what it is about playing home games on Wednesday, but something just doesn't click for him. Again, so he struggled again today. Again, I don't know what it is. Obviously, it's just a coincidence, but I mean, maybe there's something else that goes with it. But Moon Dong-ju did not pitch well. Uh, Kim Jin-wook didn't pitch great. He did struggle with command a little bit. 92 pitches for him, 5 1/3 innings. He is going to get the win. 92 pitches, 59 of them for strikes. So, just over half of his pitches were strikes. Gave up 6 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. All right. See you later, Takamatsu. I don't know, man. It was only 2 games, but that's a huge, huge ERA. But yeah, I mean, Lotte has a better offense than Hanwha this year. Hanwha, they have their legend manager who went out and brought the legend hitting coach from NC, and they have looked awful. Last year they had one of the worst offensive teams in the league, and all they did was they went out and signed a defensive shortstop. The defensive shortstop is unfortunately for Hanwha been one of the best offensive players for them. So, Hanwha's got a lot of issues. Lotte was able to get the win. They got hits when they needed to. They had 2 big double plays with runners in scoring position, runners on base. So, Lotte didn't play fantastic, but they played well enough to get the win against Hanwha. But anyway, that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. As always, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll be back tomorrow for game 2 of this 2-game series between Lotte and Hanwha. It should be Barnes versus Ponce. It should be Barnes versus Ponce. I believe they skipped Nagyuan's turn in the rotation, which is good for Lotte because Barnes has absolutely dominated Hanwha. I mean, dominated Hanwha. So expect a lot of strikeouts tomorrow. If he is on the mound, even though he hasn't pitched fantastic yet this year, he absolutely owns Hanwha. So thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time.